Alright, y'all, it's 11 at night. I'm going to tell y'all about Scotty. Scotty was this guy who, after I broke up with my ex-boyfriend Zach, the second one, I was looking for a rebound, and he seemed like the perfect guy, because I was online, we met on Reddit, and yes, you can date on Reddit. There are literally subforums where you can meet people in your city to try and fuck them. And the post said, oh, cute guy, white, tall, 6 feet taller, had like wavy brown hair, and in his photos he did look really cute. We texted, we hit it off. He was the sexual, like, flirty type, and it seemed great. But let me tell you, I was about 18 at the time, and so was this guy, I think. Just slightly older by a few months. It would have been great if he would have told me that his photos were from like 3 years before. Since there's a big difference, both physically and literally, when you post photos of you, like, playing basketball, looking thin, looking like your maximum weight ever would be like 140 pounds, 6 feet. Yeah, imagine that. Pretty slim guy. But this nigga, when I met him, like, we had sent a few photos, and then even when he was sending me real-time selfies, I didn't get to see his body much. He was posting above the shoulder selfies. I thought, oh, okay. His face isn't as cute as he looked before, but that's okay. I'll still meet with him, because, I was depressed as fuck after months and months and months of dealing with this fucking asshole from before, so I thought, let's go, let's meet him. He pulled up. I think what happened was that I took the BART all the way to like Milpitas or something, or Burlingame or whatever. Very, very fucking far away. So, after like a 1 to 2 hour BART ride, I expect this guy to be fine as fuck. No. He had what I would describe as a huge tire around his waist. And he just completely, I didn't know what to do. I thought, well, so what if he's plump? I've dated guys even fatter than him. Maybe I'm being selfish, instead of just calling him out like, hey, your selfies are outdated as fuck and you're fat. But whatever. Not there's a problem with being fat, there's just a problem with lying about who you actually are. But he pulled up in a Lexus and we were talking in his car. It was kind of nice. And then we got to his house. He did not tell me that his mom worked in like tech and his dad was a doctor or some shit or whatever. But let me tell you, nothing is more shocked than when you think, oh, I'm just gonna use this white boy for dick. We're gonna hang out at his parents' house and gonna, 10-minute one and done it before I go back home, or we relax and eat some food or something. This nigga did not tell me he lived in the fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air mansion. I literally had my jaw dropped. I went, hey, this is a really nice place. Where is this? Where's this gate to? And he's like, this is my house. This is your house? Yes. Why didn't you tell me you lived in a mansion? I didn't feel the need. And it's true, he didn't need to. But oh my god, if you saw the motherfucker, but that's not relevant. Me and him had terrible sex. It was dry as fuck, and all I can say is he did not a good job. It was basically, how do I put it? Me and him both have Asperger's syndrome, but even though his was not severe, I could tell he was trying to use it as a crutch for me, basically telling him that the sex we were having was not enjoyable. I'd say, hey man, it really hurts what you're doing. Can you stop it? You're hurt. Like, he had a really big dick. He used to brag. He really bragged before he met me. Oh yeah, my dick's so big and my game is so strong. I'm so sexy to girls that when they see my dick, they get on their knees instantly. But then, he was claiming he was such a sexual deviant and amazing at sex in bed and being a dom, but what he thought being a dom was really being a sexual perpetrator. He did not respect my consent or body in any single way. Because he kept doing this thing where he would take his 8-inch or 9-inch, however long it was huge, dick, and slamming it as hard as he could against my cervix, full length, repeatedly. Or he'd do something stupid like force it in as hard as he could, then take it out, literally pull the entire penis out, stick it back in, slam as hard as he can, pull his entire dick out, and he would do that over and over again. And no, not sexy at all. I was not being stimulated. I was literally like, ow, that fucking hurts. And then also, and now you're literally taking it out and not listening to me when I say, hey, that hurts, can you slow down? He would slow down for like 1 or 2 seconds, then go back to basically masturbating with my body. And also, I already talked about this in another podcast, but basically, he also, like, on the incident where we were actually having somewhat enjoyable sex, he basically decided, oh, she's moaning really loudly, but despite me being in this huge empty house where it's guaranteed no one's gonna be around, I'm gonna take the beanie off of her head during sex, and I'm gonna shove it as far down her throat as I can without her consent, and then I'm gonna be surprised when, oh, she stops moaning, and then she just literally pukes back up her fucking hat on my bed, and I'm gonna act confused when she's confused. He never respected a single boundary. At some point, I don't know, we met up a few more times, but mainly that's because I was either out and about and I thought, hey, he's in town and I'm nearby, or it was just kind of like a escape from home sort of sitch, because y'all already know my home situation. I explained it on Twitter in my last few podcasts, and it's hard. But we almost had a point where once we had good sex, only once out of like the 4 or so times where we've had sex. Every other time was terrible, but once we had good sex, it was like he got this CBD THC oil from a family friend, like we rubbed it on each other, and he was actually looking all nice, all buttered up like a sexy Krispy Kreme donut. We got to fucking, I got to riding his dick. I was like, holy shit, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then long story short, I was the happiest bitch, and then I had dinner with his family, and I loved it. They had like nice Mexican food on like fine china and shit. It was, ooh, I loved it. I was like, yeah, I could get used to this. We bonded more as friends, and it was actually pretty dope, even though he lied to his family about the way we met and didn't say, oh, we met on basically like the Reddit version of Craigslist. You know, it was like, oh yeah, we met through a mutual friend through like a gaming competition or something. So, you know, even though it was a lie, we were still getting along even greater than ever before because, yeah, we netted mutual sexual attraction and we were bonding as friends. Then New Year's Eve of 2018 came. I remember I went to his house. Oh, yeah, wait. Okay, I'll probably do this in 2 separate parts because I have a time limit to post on IGTV, but basically that time we did have actual good sex. It was literally under the pretense of me actually going to his house just to hang out. I said, look, man, I do just want a friend, and I don't want anything more than that, and if you 100% try to make it sexual, I will leave, and I will be pissed off, because I do not want that with you. And then at first he tried to play it off like, oh, so well, what would you do if I, like, we were hanging out with a movie, and I, like, kissed you on your neck and ran my hand down your thigh? And I said, oh, then I'd slap the fuck. I mean, I don't know if I said that, but I said, oh, then I'd, like, basically push you off and tell you to leave. Or I might do it for a bit, but then I'll tell you to cut that shit out. And then right as I got dressed to go to his house, and I said, man, I'm getting kind of sweaty. I was just texting him as I was on that super long boat ride all the way from my fucking town, 2 hours away to fucking Milpitas, Burlington game. This nigga had audacity to be like, oh, well, what are you wearing? And I said, oh, I'm just wearing this, like, baseball jersey and some baggy jeans and some combat boots. I'm not super dressed up. Nigga got mad at me for not dressing sexy. And then that was when I went, come on, man, I'm literally an hour into this 2-hour ride. So I had to break water. So I was literally on his way to his house, halfway through the fucking long-ass ride, and then he tries to spring on me, oh, wow, I can't believe you didn't get sexy to see me. And it's like, because we're not having sex, you fucking idiot. And I got really pissed off at him, but I decided, fuck it, I'm still gonna see you. And no, we're still not having sex, because fuck you, I said, I wanna come over and play video games and board games, not deal with your fucking bullshit. Long story short, I met his family. They were really sweet. Everyone was really, really nice. By the way, he has really hot older brothers. I just want to say that just because I don't want to say be perverted, but I will say it's annoying realizing you're fucking the least hot member of the family because Scotty was unattractive. He always had like dead skin that would be like moist on his lips when we kissed, and it's like, nigga, just scrape the shit off and kiss me. Put on some chapstick, God. And meanwhile, his other brothers were like athletes and models and shit. I bet they wouldn't have to get yelled at over fucking what's consent and not consent, but whatever. Saving this for the next round. Peace out.